What's cracking, man? What's cracking? Uh, what's cracking? We in this bitch. Yeah. What's cracking? How's everybody doing, man? We in here, man. Yeah, man. I'm headed to MSNBC, man. They just called me, man. They said, "Do I got 7 o'clock free on weekdays?" Man, I was like, I don't know, man. I'm doing Mark and Rob chat on 7 o'clock on Mondays, man. um, how is everybody, man? How we doing out here, man? Yeah. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by with just a smile, girl. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Always look at you like a child, girl. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Uh. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. MW, Cornbread, Liam Dwayne, Montag, MW, Roger Woods, Straight Chad, Rogue Nation, Stephanie, McCoy. We in this bitch. Oh man, we got some early stuff going on here, man. Some early stuff, man. We get it cracking, man. See what's going on here, man.
Similar attack at a brewery in Collingswood, another unprovoked stabbing. The victim is also in critical condition. Our Jennifer Joyce has an update hours after U.S. Marshals captured the suspect.
The Camden County Prosecutor's Office says the U.S. Marshal Service took the suspect into custody earlier this afternoon here in Collingswood. He is charged with first-degree attempted murder for the unprovoked stabbing of a 30-year-old man inside of Raccoon Tap Room. A 30-year-old Mount Laurel man simply enjoying a Saturday night out at Collingswood's Raccoon Tap Room is now in critical condition at Cooper University Hospital. The Camden County Prosecutor's Office says the man was viciously stabbed just after 9 p.m. while inside the brewery in what they're calling an unprovoked attack.
Damn.
Tonight, police announced they've arrested and charged 27-year-old Taha El Magazi of Collingswood.
Taha El Magazi. Is that like some fucking Middle Easterner or some shit? They like to stab people. Taha El Magazi. Who knows where that name from?
calling an unprovoked attack. Tonight, police announced they've arrested and charged 27-year-old Taha El-Maghazi of Collingswood with first-degree attempted murder and other charges. Raccoon Tap Room released a statement on its Facebook page calling this a tragic and senseless act of violence, saying the male suspect was only, quote, present for a brief time before committing this random act. The statement went on to say, quote, our hearts go out to the victim and we pray for his full recovery. Again, the victim is fighting to recover at Cooper University Hospital. Anyone with any information about this case is encouraged to reach out to Detective Kristen Blantz of the Camden County Prosecutor's Office Major Crimes Unit. Reporting from Collingswood, New Jersey, I'm Jennifer.
A Virginia family is demanding answers tonight. Their 4-year-old special needs daughter died days after an incident at her Frederick County Public School. Fox 5's Bob Barnett live in Winchester tonight with this exclusive. Bob.
Hey there, Kenneth. NREP, Northwest Regional Education Programs, is the school where Faith Johnson was a student. Something happened at the school last week that the family believes directly led to the little girl's death over the weekend in Charlottesville at the University of Virginia Hospital there. We have some other photos to show you of the 4-year-old. Faith Johnson suffered from Cockayne syndrome. It's a rare genetic disorder that has many complications. Faith needed a feeding tube to eat and get her medicines, a tube which the family says became forcibly dislodged from her stomach at school last week. But they say they didn't find out right away. And despite efforts by the family and UVA hospital staff, Faith died Saturday. Her mom, dad, and her sister are demanding answers and changes in the...
Wow. I thought she was Arab. I never would have thought she was a biracial kid, man. R.I.P. to that kid, man. Look at this beautiful family, man. Wow.
The way children are cared for at that school.
We still don't know exactly what happened. They're still investigating. We only got bits and pieces of the story. And so we're still waiting for a full investigation to be told exactly what happened. In the beginning, they weren't telling us anything.
She changed all of us dramatically, man. Brought more gratitude, humbled us a lot, because she was always smiling, not crying, not just having fun with her sister and laughing.
The family has started a change.org petition hoping to force the school system to provide the answers they're looking for and to change the way they hire and train staff at the special needs school.
This situation cost my sister's life. Just tucking a tube in her pants cost her life. So these things are not small. They are very major. And I just want everyone to know that. Faith's rare genetic disorder is uncurable. I wasn't planning on this now. I knew it was going to come, but not like this. She was not supposed to go this way.
Now, according to medical experts, Faith could have lived into her teenage years. Now, we did get a statement from Frederick County, Virginia Public Schools late today. They say they are heartbroken by what happened. They extend their sympathies to the Johnson family. They are cooperating with the investigation.
The illegal and unsanctioned statewide strike of correction officers continues into a new week. As we've mentioned, no deal reached. Protesters are asking for those shorter shifts, as we mentioned, the safer working conditions. Again, also, they would like to see the repeal of the HALT Act, which limits the use of solitary confinement, as we've shared. Demonstrations have been happening all over the state, including at Coxsackie Correctional Facility. Houston ABC's Zion Dakota joins us live now from right outside the facility, where things got very heated as they've been protesting for nearly a week now. Zion, give us the latest.
Hello to you, Christina, and good afternoon to you all. The strike started last week. It continued into the weekend, and it persists today. And I have to tell you that there's significantly more people out here today compared to last week. Things did thin around lunchtime, but still a lot more people here today. The weather is also on protesters' side as it's much warmer, making it a lot more comfortable for them to be out here as long as they plan to be. There's country music blasting out here. There's people talking. There's everyone just sticking together as they continue this strike and protest. Assemblyman Chris Teague and former U.S. Representative Mark Molinaro were also down here moments ago, showing their support for protesting NCOs. Molinaro admonished Governor Hochul for what he said was not showing up to the Coxsackie protest and, in his words, being out of touch with the safety demands of workers. Then, moments later, a formerly incarcerated man who served 12 years in a New York State prison jumped out of his car and shouted back at the crowd of correction officers, basically saying that they were resisting social change in prison. Things got heated.
Oh God, that shit is. But I don't know why that video buffering like that, man. Jeez.
An 18-year-old remains in custody today after Howard County police say he admitted to shooting and killing a teen and hurting another in a double shooting outside the Mall of Columbia over the weekend.
We have team coverage tonight of that story. In a few minutes, Mackenzie Frost takes a closer look at the suspect's criminal history.
Well, let's go to Fox 45's Jessica Babb joining us live with what we know about the investigation so far.
Hit that like button, man. Smash that like, man. We rolling, man. We in the building, man. Hit that like button, man.
Jessica.
Tonight, many in the community are grieving the life of the teen who was killed, and police say the other teen who is seriously hurt is still in critical condition. And as for the 18-year-old who was arrested for the shooting, he's still behind bars tonight, being held without bond. With gunfire erupting,
callers are advising they heard shots fired, people running,
and crime scene tape covering this spot outside of the Columbia Mall.
Earlier, we had heard like a banging noise.
It was a chaotic scene.
It marks the site of a double shooting that happened Saturday. 16-year-old Michael Robertson was killed and 15-year-old Blake McCrae seriously hurt. A letter from the Wild Lake High School principal describes Robertson as a 10th grade student who was well-liked, a friend, a classmate, and football player.
Obviously, very, very sad situation.
The person accused of pulling the trigger is 18-year-old Emerson Zaya, now facing murder, assault, and firearm charges. After a bail hearing Monday, he's staying behind bars, held without bond. Seth Hoffman with Howard County Police says,
You have a suspect who shot two people pretty much in broad daylight in a busy place, and we got him off the streets very quickly.
Well, the details about why this happened aren't clear. With all three teens from the Columbia area, police say they believe the shooting was targeted. According to Charging Dog, surveillance video put Zaya at the scene wearing a black mask and red hoodie, showing him getting out of a silver Hyundai just minutes before the gunshots started, with witnesses and other evidence pointing to him.
Since we were able to hone in on this suspect so quickly, we were able to get him at his residence later that night.
With police finding clothes and a gun that matched, court docs say Zaya later confessed to police, saying he was at the mall and shot the victims. Zaya telling police there was an argument and several people other than the victims had guns. But police say based on the evidence at the scene and what witnesses described, there didn't appear to be multiple people with guns. And with a criminal history, Zaya was already being tracked with GPS monitoring. So the charging docs say police were able to confirm he was at the mall when the shooting happened.
This is a dangerous person, and he's off the streets hopefully for a long time right now.
And I did ask police if Zaya was considered to be a dangerous person, especially since he's accused of committing other crimes. Why was he on the streets to begin with? Police say that's a question for the courts. Live in Columbia, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
There's a question for the courts. Don't ask us, ask the courts.
A Baltimore County student is coming forward to say her high school is not safe.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains.
You don't say. You don't say. Salute to Pamela Henderson, man. Shout out to Pamela Henderson, man.
A Baltimore County student is coming forward to say her high school is not safe.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, one family says the violence at Woodlawn High School has reached alarming levels.
This is Morgan.
And I want to do my graduation cap with you.
In just a few months, she's set to graduate high school.
Something pink and glittery. But not too crazy because the cap and gown is red.
Afterwards, Morgan plans to study business at Morgan State University.
I still want to be close to my mom and my dad and, immediate family. So
it's not because Morgan has the same name as you?
Not just because of my name, so no.
Morgan State has been Morgan's dream for years.
I want to become an entrepreneur.
But this past fall, inside Woodlawn High School, those dreams were disrupted.
When it first happened, I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to go to school.
On October 2nd, while sitting in math class, the 18-year-old was viciously attacked by another student who Morgan says she barely knew.
So she got up in one jump and just started hitting me in my head. She pulled my hair and everything. I remember feeling like a turtle, in a shell kind of position.
Morgan told Fox 45 News she does not remember much from the attack.
Yeah, it was right here in the front.
Including the moment when a chunk of hair was ripped out of her scalp. This video was posted online after the attack. Morgan told us the student in the video was the attacker, who's still holding Morgan's hair.
This must have been pretty violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So the girl made a video holding a piece of hair, bragging about it. This seems like a nice girl. She's going to HBCU though. She's going to Morgan State. So she's going to go to that black HBCU, Morgan State College, when she gets out of high school. And she's going to go there and she's going to get radicalized. And she's going to come out of college talking cash shit about white people and talking about how evil and violent white people are and about how white people can't be trusted and they're the worst fucking people on the planet. Press one.
Hitting me in my head, she pulled my hair and everything. I remember feeling like a turtle, in a shell kind of position.
Morgan told Fox 45 News she does not remember much from the attack.
Yeah, it was right here in the front.
Including the moment when a chunk of hair was ripped out of her scalp. This video was posted online after the attack. Morgan told us the student in the video was the attacker, who's still holding Morgan's hair.
This must have been pretty violent.
Yeah. I just feel like nobody was there to protect me.
Medical records show, as a result of the attack, Morgan suffered a concussion. An MRI found she also sustained optic nerve swelling. To this day, Morgan takes medication for severe headaches. The family told us they've paid more than $6,000 in medical.
Damn, Morgan. That sucks, man. That sucks. That girl whooped your ass like that, man. That sucks, man. I feel bad for Morgan, man. Being attacked. It's no fun, man. I feel bad for this girl, man. She seemed like a nice girl. What do y'all think? She doesn't seem like a hood rat. Shout out to my man Bert, man. Bert in the building. He says, salute Ak and the nation. Checking in from Cali. Here's to the hardest working man in the business. We got Bert from Cali. Shout out to Bert representing Cali, man. Shout out to everybody from California. Man. Who from California, man? Put a 9 in the chat if you're from California. Put a 9 in the chat if you're from California.
Medical bills.
This was a total blindsided attack.
Teray Little is Morgan's mother.
The kids are fighting. They're being attacked, being stomped in the head, being hit in the head. I mean, these are really violent attacks that are going on at the school.
On October 10th, 8 days after the attack, Little filed this bullying, harassment, or intimidation investigation form with Woodlawn High School. She says she never heard back. And according to Little, the school never contacted police, even though the family requested charges be filed. Morgan's attacker was suspended for 10 days. But afterwards, the juvenile wasn't just back in school. This family says she was back in the same classroom with Morgan.
I think that they don't care.
Wow. And that's very common, but I mean, you would think that it's shocking to hear, but I went to school and with son schools and shit, and that wouldn't have been okay, yeah, she back. She I mean, she served her debt to society. But when you think about this girl got still has headaches to this day. So this girl could be having a headache in class, and she got to look over, and the girl who beat the shit out of her and gave her these headaches is sitting right there, probably laughing and looking at her all hard, or probably snickering with her little girlfriends. Baby, tell your parents to send you to a white school.
So the family requested charges be filed. Morgan's attacker was suspended for 10 days. But afterwards, the juvenile wasn't just back in school. This family says she was back in the same classroom with Morgan.
I think that they don't care. And it's been so many incidents where they're overwhelmed. And you have these people in these positions who don't have a clue on what to do.
So this family took matters into their own hands and filed criminal charges. And on February 11th, the attacker was convicted of second-degree assault in a Baltimore County juvenile courtroom. According to confidential court documents Fox 45 obtained, the juvenile was ordered to have no unlawful or illegal contact with Morgan. Now, despite a second-degree assault conviction, the attacker is still in Woodlawn with Morgan.
Do you feel safe in that school?
No, I don't.
Not at all. Not at all.
Woodlawn is a school that is getting increasingly violent. According to state data, over the last 3 years, Woodlawn has seen a 77% increase in student suspensions or expulsions for attacks, threats, or fighting. Earlier this month, Project Baltimore obtained this video of a massive fight inside Woodlawn's cafeteria.
I think this is life or death, actually.
In response to seeing that video, Ryan Coleman, the president of the Randallstown chapter of the NAACP, is now calling on Baltimore County Public Schools to remove violent students from the classroom so other students like Morgan can get a proper education.
And I think that if you're going to disrupt other students from learning, then you don't need to be there.
Baltimore County Public Schools declined an interview, but told Fox 45 in a statement that Woodlawn followed all applicable system procedures and policies in this investigation and worked swiftly to address reported concerns, including reports of bullying and harassment. The district added, Woodlawn has worked directly with the impacted families and remains committed to ensure all students reach their highest potential.
If you don't feel Woodlawn is safe, why do you still send your daughter there?
I'm just trying to hold on, to be honest, because she's a senior, so she'll be done pretty much May.
Are you excited to graduate?
Yes.
Get to Morgan State?
Yes. I honestly feel like the school they just need to do better.
A community meeting that was scheduled at Woodlawn High School for earlier this month, in part to discuss student violence, was postponed. A new date has not yet been set, but we'll keep you posted.
Poor little girl, man. She seemed like a nice, sweet young lady, man. In there getting her ass kicked for no reason. Salute to Gouch Malo, man. Salute, Ak. Here's something for your singing lessons. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I'm ready to go on American Idol, man. You know. Salute the court records reveal. Okay, we got that. Oh yeah. We lost a rapper today, man. We lost a rapper today, man. We're gonna get the all this stuff. We lost a rapper today, man. A rapper was lost today, man.
You want to support me? Go to Nene Marie 37 on IG and purchase a signed copy of my book. That's how you can support me. Make sure you smash the like button. Go right now and follow me on TikTok at Trenches News 3837. That's my only TikTok.
Shout out to my man Ray Wall, man. He says, "What up, Op? I live in a mixed area, and I'm nervous about my daughter going to school with sons. More than 10% can be bad. I have 3 to 4 years." Yeah, my daughter, she go to a Montessori school. It's a couple of blacks there, but they Montessori kids. So the kids, Montessori is like a different type of learning. You learn like by playing with toys and like you learn with like it's like hands-on learning. They teach you, but it's unstructured. Montessori. I think it's an Italian word. Maria Montessori. I think that's the one who started it. Yeah, my daughter go to a Montessori school, so yeah, there ain't a lot of black kids. There's some, but not a lot. There's a lot of different kinds of kids, like Asian, fucking Middle Eastern, biracial, and shit like that. But it's a lot of white kids too.
Yo, it's your boy Trench News, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for everyone who's subscribed to the channel. If you ain't subbed to my channel, make sure you do. Make sure you join the membership. Shout out to the Real Mod Squad. If you ain't follow my mods, you can follow their ads at the end of this video. Remember, if you got anything extra, I said extra now, food, hygiene, clothes, bag it up, take it outside, and give it to the less fortunate. Remember, we all one step away from being homeless. I don't care how much money you say you got or think you got. Mother Nature could come, destroy everything, and now you're homeless. So make sure you get back. With that being said, let's say the women, the kids, the elderly, the neutrons, and the civilians. Monday evening to everybody, make sure you keep your head on the swivel. CPD cannot save you. Make sure you look out the window for 15 minutes, and if that bush don't move, you good to go. Hey, if you got kids that's out in the streets, make sure you get life insurance, man. I got 2 stories for y'all. First story, we talking about Crackstar, the rapper, shot and killed. Then we're going to talk about Bodil speaking on the meeting with Duck, Wook, Lil Durk, Lil J on the phone, and Smiles from JoJo Real, and more. So make sure y'all smash that like button for me so this video can get around to the masses, man. All right, y'all. So rest in peace to Crackstar, a rapper, from Chicago. He was killed in Homewood, Illinois, said on 180th. After a dispute, a fender bender, some type of fender bender dispute, guy turned the gun on him and killed him. But the only thing about that is that they under cameras. So they under cameras, their cards under cameras, they in a club, they in a little lounge thing, whatever out there. You caught. People kill people for nothing, bro. Like, at least take when you arguing with somebody or you about to kill somebody, at least take 30 seconds and just think about everything that you about to motherfucker put online and throw away, before you do it, bro, because it don't even add up, man. Once them doors go clean, it don't add up, man. Rest in peace to Crackstar. You can check out his 16 shot him interview. He got one over there. He got a couple of them, I think. Or you can stream his music, man, to support his kids and his family, man. Condolences to
Crackstar. Let's see Crackstar, man.
The D, man. Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media. You feel me?
Yo, it's your boy D's Media back again with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we're gonna talk about Chicago rapper man Crackstar man tragically lost his life on Sunday outside of a bar man after a heated argument. Let's jump straight into it.
Glenwood police say the shooting happened around 1:30 this morning outside Chug-a-Lug Pub and Grill near 184th and Halstead. Police say James Honey was shot and during an altercation in the parking lot. No arrests have been made. And in a statement, the business owners say that they're cooperating with police in their investigation.
My condolences go out to his family. It's a sad situation. Words to never turn into somebody losing their life. But let's keep it a buck with you in 2025. We didn't heard of this too many times. Everybody want to party, everybody want to go out, but you don't understand how dangerous it is in today's society, man, to go out and always want to party. Especially when you got liquor involved and you got other substances involved, people not in their right state of mind. So something that probably somebody would have let go if they would have been sober. When that alcohol involved, dudes just get to turning up. That's just what it is. Dudes and girls get to turning up. But pretty much from what the owner stated to the police was that, it was an incident in the inside where a heated argument. Pretty much him and his group, was trying to leave and wasn't able to for some reason. And then pretty much by the time they got to the parking lot, shots rang out. Everybody know what people got in the car when they leave the clubs and the bar. Like, come on, man, we know how this game go. We all know when a fight or a dispute happen in a bar or a club, the first thing people doing is running to them cars to get them straps. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the game plan when you go out. If you can't get it in the club, keep it in the car with you. That's how dangerous it is going out. It ain't really worth it. A lot of people ain't.
Sir, that's how dangerous it is going out around niggas. Press 1. That's how dangerous it is going out around niggas. This shit don't apply to everybody else.
Thing people doing is running to them cars to get them straps. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the game plan when you go out. If you can't get it in the club, keep it in the car with you. That's how dangerous it is going out. It ain't really worth it. A lot of people ain't going out with the mindset of, oh, let's enjoy ourselves, let's go have fun. It's Friday, we just got paid.
Sir, and thank you for your candor and honesty too, man. But that's only us. We're the only ones that live like this.
It's going out. It ain't really worth it. A lot of people ain't going out with the mindset of, oh, let's enjoy ourselves, let's go have fun. It's Friday, we just got paid, we done worked all week, or I finally found a babysitter, let's go out. We about to. It ain't that type of ball game no more. You know what I'm saying? These dudes out here is eager to prove themselves. So the smallest argument, dudes is just ready to bust somebody. That's why I say, man, if it's something that you can walk away and let go, whether it's somebody bumping your shoe or stepping on it, spilling a drink, or a dispute from the hood, and y'all finally done seeing each other now, whatever the case may be, man, sometimes we got to learn to walk away, man. We done seen too many celebrities that was on the road to greatness lose their life, man, because of ego, pride, and not want to look the other way, man. And sometimes, man, we are our own failure and destruction, But Shorty definitely was blowing up in Chicago with the music. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he was mainstream or nothing like that, but he definitely had a little name in the buzz, But I feel like he should have thought about his.
All right, man. Let's listen to the musical stylings, man, of Crackstar, man. I'm gonna drop the link, man. We're gonna listen to the musical stylings of Crackstar, man. Let me put this link in here, man. The musical stylings of the artist formerly known as Crackstar. Come on. Crackstar. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
Perhaps I had suspicion.
Told you I was coming back.
I wondered what was wrong.
Get well with teeth.
My friends all false.
Gang. Keep going.
I been had a running, nigga.
Keep going.
On my daughter, nigga.
Keep going.
I been seen 100, nigga.
Keep going. 100K.
If it don't make sense, I don't want that bitch.
No.
Just got a brand new 23, I shoot this bitch. Rich before the deal. Been check the millie. Crack, keep that semi. Riding in the fast car, boy, this ain't a Hemi. Running up these blues, got me feeling like I'm Nipsey. Yo, little bitch, a thigh, she a throttle when she tipsy. Bitch, I'm Crackstar, all you goofy niggas feel me. 200 on that dash, and you know they can't get near me. You know they can't get near me. And if you wanna pass your move, you know you can't get with me. You know we gon' get sitchy. Every gun around me, you know that bitch a switchy. Man's gon' get the 50. Just so high head mellow, all them niggas fucking with me. Laughing on your block until the time they gon' get sitchy. We ain't scratching out for tear, all them bitches empty. We don't show no love, no, we don't show no pity. Fucking all that killing shit, let's get back to these bitches. I just made a dub off of one city. Get all of that count on, you gotta be consistent. Broke boy, Lisa out here patty fucking pitching.
My shit, bitch. Heels go. Y'all hold up.
What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? What's the verdict, man?
I gotta drop out, come back in.
All right. What's the verdict, man? The beat was nice, man. The beat was all right. He was off beat. He didn't ride the beat well, but the beat was nice. Beat was nice, little grimy beat, man. Nice little SoundCloud type beat, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
This is insane money vision.
On a 9. Hey, when we glide, hey, you gon' die. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Blick it up, set it up, tear it up, see a buck, 100 shot, fuck 'em up, face shot. Can't duck, count bitches, no bucks, catch a move, clean it up. Next day, 20 bucks, Crackstar. Next up, rock boys, pork trucks, new slider, air mud, 200 shots, push up, can't run, out of luck. He want his count, good luck. Red ribbons, and it cut, he been snitching, zip him up, behind a K, in a year, 100K, on drips, got your bitch, and a whip, and sacks, getting dips. Crack. Hey, we gon' slide. Hey, on a 9. Hey, when we glide. Hey, you gon' die. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Jack. 321 shit, man. By the way, piss and play. Move block, fuck the ops. 7 shots. My daughter. Fuck Vic. Fuck third. Crack.
outside.
Wow. 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 R.I.P. Crackstar, man. What's going on, guys? What were your thoughts, man? Did you enjoy the stylings?
I wish I could say I did.
What another
Trash.
dead rapper? Is it another dead rapper, Rock, or what are you doing?
Yeah, he got killed today in Chicago.
Oh man,
Yes,
rest
it
in
is.
peace. But who is he? Over here? Damn.
I want to know who leads the league in rapper slangs.
You know, it always breaks my heart out when one of the home team, gets taken out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, man.
Should have ducked.
But he was I think he fulfilled his, he did everything he could do, man.
His purpose.
Yeah, he did everything he could do, man. There's not really much more that he can do, man. We listened to the music, man. It was very good, man, right? Right, guys?
You asked
It was
for it.
great.
Right?
It was great.
Y'all weren't listening, man. Y'all weren't listening, man.
At least he wasn't mumbling.
You said at least he wasn't mumbling?
Yeah, he was shouting. Two types.
Man, yeah. Y'all obviously don't appreciate. Y'all don't know how to appreciate this type of music, man.
The art form.
Enlighten us, Huck.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna let you listen to one more, man. We'll listen to one more, man.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah. We'll listen to one more. Hold on, what is this? This is Crackstar versus
Getting money. Before any of you niggas was driving cars, Ross was driving cars. Before any of this shit was going on, Ross was in that shit with folks now. We out in this shit. And I was one of the niggas popped off the porch first, nigga. I'm the nigga who looking good for my block. Off back.
Okay, that's some arguing with some guy. I guess let's hear this. All right, here we go. All right, here.
Yeah. Crack.
I approve.
Get your leg back, get your bitch back. Into deep, ain't no turning back. Smoke your homie, cause I'm with that. Fin got that kickback. Bitch, I put the heels on the map. Pussy niggas, they been rats. Talk them down in that scat pack. Perfect. Little been that goat. Never been a hoe. Perfect. I need 10 for a show. 50K off a bowl. Perfect. When you start shoot a nigga. When you got pole, when you got zo, when you got smoke, when you got hoe. Check the skull. Jugging that game, man, lurking that band, it's been independent. Jugging that game, man, lurking that band, it's been independent. Jugging that game, man, lurking that band, it's been independent. Jugging that game, man, lurking that band, it's been independent. When you start getting money, nigga. When you was fucked up with no luck, like 30 with $2, broke ass fucking clubs. Caught him like I'm trying to take a test. Hit his homie in the fucking neck. Bill and Bully way before the rap. Oh, Lil Chris, no rap cap. Hit the innocent, that's fucking whack. They pulled up, that's a fucking fact. 20 jacks in a day, that's 20 racks. Crack! Jugging that scam, man, lurking that band, it's been independent. Jugging that scam, man, lurking that band, it's been independent. Jugging that scam, man, lurking that band, it's been independent. Jugging that scam, man, lurking that band, it's been independent.
It's not English.
Yeah. Perfect. That new Croc City all the way on my daughter, nigga. Perfect. It's out there, it's stuck there, Florida. Crack!
felt like he was biting off of Young Pappy a little bit.
Yo, that put Ark to sleep. What?
What? I'm not
Jesus.
asleep. I'm vibing.
My bad. My bad.
It's soothing tide. That Pappy.
Yeah, man. This shit is it's like
Yo,
fucking classical music.
Different strokes.
I can feel like he was biting off of Young Pappy, don't it?
Young who?
You ever heard of Young Pappy?
Who's that?
No.
It's another Sunman rapper that got killed himself, obviously. But he
Chicago?
sounded just like Young Pappy. I never heard of him.
Nah.
No.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think this
very
dude,
popular.
this dude is a lot better than that other dude, the other guy that got killed. That was off beat. The one that was off beat. I forgot what his name was. I think it was last week. It was real
Yeah,
bad.
the little young dude, right?
Yeah. The fat.
Yeah.
I think it was fat. Yeah. He was bad.
Daru, yeah, Daru something, Daru baby or some shit like that. Daru baby.
Yeah.
This guy wasn't on beat really either though. But not as bad. Not as bad.
Yeah, not as bad.
He kept pausing like in between every verse, like for like a whole 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, man.
All these dead rappers, man, it ain't been the same since
Nobody in the right mind.
Yeah.
Vicky, Rick, they say they're still trying to figure out why this shooting happened, but officers say they're continuing to investigate. This afternoon, I spoke to one man who said he saw shots being fired at one of those shooting scenes and is still shaken up from what he witnessed. Nobody in the right mind would be shooting at a house.
Neighbors in Radcliffe say they're still in disbelief. On Saturday afternoon, officers responded to several shooting scenes in less than 2 hours. Dante Patterson is now behind bars for 7 counts of attempted murder and other charges. Detective Kenneth Mattingly with the
7 counts. Damn, Dante.
And other charges. Detective Kenneth Mattingly with the Radcliffe Police Department says the first shooting happened at an apartment complex on Braxton Court, where roughly 19 rounds were recovered.
The projectiles went into the apartment. We had bullet holes in ceilings, walls, refrigerators, through windows, everything.
Mattingly says from there, Patterson drove near South Whitland and Skyline Drive. Carlton Cole says he was in his work van near that intersection when he heard gunfire.
And then I look up and there's a white SUV rolling slowly by this house. And then I realized he was shooting at the house.
Cole says he called police and followed the driver until he lost him.
Looking back, it was probably not necessarily the smartest thing for me to do, but it just was second nature. It just happened.
From there, investigators say Patterson headed to Park Avenue, fired shots at a home, and then traveled to Wood Creek Drive and fired more rounds. Police say one person was struck in the leg, and Patterson fled the scene.
A private citizen observed the vehicle go down her street, and she watched it, and she called us and said, hey, this car's at the end of my street. She saw the gentleman get out and take off running into the woods.
The suspect was arrested on South Longston Parkway. Officers recovered a handgun and several rounds of ammunition. It's an arrest, Mattingly says, was made possible with the support of other agencies in the community.
It was definitely a group effort made by everybody that day.
And police say other scenes are still being processed, so more charges are expected. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Jamie Mays, WLKY.
Oh, wow. We are in business. Let's see.
Wait, so the cops didn't kill him for the record, right?
Doesn't appear to be, man. Doesn't appear that the cops killed him, man.
Shocking.
Yeah, man. I mean, he probably got lucky, man. He's just probably one of the few ones that get every year that don't get getting killed by the police, man.
They probably thought he was a glider. You know, he kind of looks
That's
glider,
true.
I guess.
That's true. That is a good point. Him not being fully black, the cop didn't hate him like as much as he hates like fully black people. So yeah. Let's see. see Joy Reid. She had a meltdown today.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Salute to everybody hitting the like button, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat.
As you could guess, she just doubles down, triples down on everything.
Value. And that, I'm sorry.
Kooky-eyed bitch.
That what I was doing had value.
Ma'am, who's gonna tell her, man?
I'll
Man, this
do it.
show didn't have any value, man. Only value it had, only value your show had, was it gave conservatives ammunition to fucking talk about how crazy Democrats were by using
Exactly.
snippets of your show every day and clowning your dumb ass.
I remember her talking about how we need to have a conversation about white male tears in America.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny now. I think we might need to have a conversation about black female tears.
I wonder, can you say that now? Because she got away with everything. I wonder if a white person to say black tears on TV has the country shifted enough, or we gotta give Trump some more time?
I think it has. She said that and then she said white women do it too, and they get caught Karening it up, and then they cry. So I think we need someone to say that black women that get caught Shaniquaing it up, that we need to have that conversation about their black female tears when they get caught.
I just want to point out how they like to say I have to work 10 times harder to get however as far, when the reality is they actually have to fuck up extra hard just to get fired.
Yeah, and she didn't get fired for anything she said. She got fired for her ratings. What's her name? Megyn Kelly said that her ratings with the 25 to 54 demographic. Megyn Kelly said her ratings when she was at Fox was 700 a night in that 700,000 just in that demographic, 700,000 a night from the 25 to 54 range. And Joy Reid, her last episode got, not this one tonight, but the one before, her last episode got 59,000 in the 25 to 54 demographic.
Wow.
Abysmal. That's abysmal.
I
That's
I heard that she couldn't get fired.
Huh?
I heard that she wasn't fired.
No,
she got demoted.
Nah,
she quit.
Nah, she wouldn't be crying. Why is she crying? Like you know how when they take your show, when you have a show, and they take your show and they give it to somebody else, however you want to frame it, like I got, we parted ways or whatever. No, they took your show and they gave it to somebody else. That's fired, man.
Yeah, it's like when an NBA player doesn't get a new contract, they got fired.
Yeah, exactly. When they don't give you a new contract, this is worse though. This was just like, yo, here we're not doing your show anymore, and it's gonna be like we're gonna give you one last show to go out here and speak to your audience, but that's it. And I think that was nice though. I think that was nice. They didn't just straight up like, it ain't like, damn, where Joy at? They like kind of like let her talk to her audience one last time. So let's see it.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I say this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. and that it kind of, and then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you.
That's right.
Where I land,
brother gave her tissue, man. He ain't give her a Kleenex, brother. He gave her a rough ass paper towel.
It's a paper towel.
You can see his face. You can see the look on his face. He's fed up with this shit.
Gave her a abrasive, abrasive ass paper towel, man. Gave her some fucking Kleenex.
You give her a bouncy?
Yeah, man, this shit crazy, man. It's like sandpaper, man. When you crying, man.
that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment that of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up
what baby
a
was
baby
killed? What baby was killed? Black Lives Matter.
Bitch.
Is she talking about one of those kids that was killed by a stray bullet? I mean, like, what is she talking about, man?
Yeah, because that happens every day.
She never talked about that shit. That, as far as I know, I
Hell
never heard her
no.
talk about no baby catching a stray.
Hell to the no.
Baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and not just Black folks.
By Black folks.
Yeah, she let it slip there.
But here's the thing, though. I will say this: when she did it, she was talking about. She thought it was white people, because remember, after Trump said something about the Wuhan or China virus, they tried to say that Asians
white people
attacked by it. And at the end of the day, man, that was debunked after like a day or two, because I mean that shit was debunked, man. That shit was debunked
immediately.
It was crazy. But yeah.
Look, if she knew it was some people, she would have never brought that shit up.
Nah. And like the attacks didn't start. It was just like once he said that, it's like she went and looked at attacks, found attacks, and it was like, nah, this shit been happening. Like you just talking about another attack. Like she tried to make it like had just started and shit.
And if she really knew the Sun community, she would know. She wouldn't have to learn this.
Right. That shit is crazy, man. It was that's bananas that she just said that, man. Let me show you something. This video just gonna show you how crazy it was. How bananas it was. When she talks about these. Let me just play what she just said right quick.
The Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and not just Black.
All right, so she said she opened up people's eyes. Please take the $7 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Support the channel. This story happened around that time. And this is the craziest story you ever will hear.
Busted, arrested in another anti-Asian attack, the alleged threats, the slurs, and the reason police say the suspect picked the wrong man to mock. Thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Natalie Pascarella.
And I'm David Ushery. Glad you're with us. Investigators say the Asian American whom that suspect threatened to stab was actually a plainclothes NYPD cop. News 4's Checky Beckford live at Penn Station with more on the officer who was working undercover. Checky?
Well, David, that officer was placed there specifically as part of a task force as a decoy to catch suspects like this one.
So they put an Asian cop undercover standing in the train station.
Some people
to catch suspect like to catch people doing Asian hate, and this motherfucker ran up on them and tried to stab him.
That's not even fair, right? That's like leaving like a raw steak around like Rottweilers. You know what I mean? I think it's entrapment. You know?
Yeah.
Entrapment. can't stand there being Asian in the subway, man.
This is the type of shit that was happening around the time Joy Reid said that fucking I brought light to Asia. They already had it was so bad that they had to have a task force of fucking undercover Asian cops standing around just waiting for some man to come stab them. And she talking about she shed light on it.
Right.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Man, she's terrible. Where she's going.
That shows how manufactured the news is too. Like that can be going on for so long, and no one cares about it at all until someone in the news decides to go prove it or something.
No, you got a squeaky ass chair too, man. You gotta do something about your chair. Your chair's squeaking like a motherfucker. But
Okay, and you can hear we can hear it.
Yeah. This chick right here, if Trump would have never said the China virus, she would have never gave a fuck about this.
Right.
We would have never learned, and they would have never done the story on this because the news would have never had to do the story on this because it would have never, like you said, nobody would ever gave a fuck.
To catch suspects like this one.
Led out of the Midtown South Precinct house in handcuffs. 35-year-old Juvian Rodriguez, now the latest hate crime suspect caught by the NYPD. Police say Rodriguez picked the wrong target Friday afternoon.
That's on Brito, my bad. That's on Brito.
Look, we'll take it out, but that's a song, man, though. We'll take it, though.
It's an Afro-Latino.
That's a
Black and Brown coalition right there,
man. That motherfucker look like Mark Anthony, man, or fucking goddamn Julio Iglesias, man.
Right.
Look at him, man. He look just like
living La
yeah.
Vida Loca.
Yeah, Ricky Martin, man. That's Ricky Martin right there, man.
Rodriguez, now the latest hate crime suspect caught by the NYPD. Police say Rodriguez picked the wrong target Friday afternoon for his hate-filled tirade. An undercover detective with the Asian Hate Crimes Task Force. The detective on assignment at the LIRR terminal was headed down an escalator when police say Rodriguez approached, spewing hate, telling the undercover, quote, "Go back to China before you end up in the expletive graveyard." Police say he threatened to slap and stab the detective in the face, all the while unaware he was threatening a law enforcement officer.
Shocked that so many things are happening in New York City.
It's a shock. So many things are happening in New York City.
Imagine if so vague. Can you imagine if a black officer was just like, they had to put black officers undercover, like, yeah, we need you to just go on the elevator at the train station.
Right.
Like you just ride on the elevator, and it's like
nobody's saying shit to you.
It's like, it's like a magnet. Think about it, it's like almost as if like when you like say you got like a fucking snake in your fucking aquarium, like you got a snake in the tank or something, and you put a rat in there or some shit. The snake just be chilling, snake just be chilling, don't even be doing nothing. You put the rat in there and the snake wake up. It just
you mean it instinctively, right? Like it's you don't even gotta tell it. This task force right here, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It sounds like it'd be fun to work. Could you imagine how hilarious to see that
how
snake?
Long take a bet. Like how long you think my shit is gonna take for some sunman to go fucking attack you and shit?
The shit the sunman gonna say, just to watch, just how you just said it. To watch the snake in the aquarium react. That shit gotta be funny as fuck.
It's like you walk in, all the sunmen perk up, like, oh shit. Like some men just be sitting there holding up a lamppost. Asian dude walk past, he's like, oh shit, stop following him and shit.
In our neighborhoods, I've never felt more unsafe walking around in the city.
This all part of the upward trend in hate aimed at Asian Americans over the last year. The detective, part of an undercover team deployed by the NYPD 2 weeks ago to combat such incidents. The plan to use undercover officers as decoys in the hopes of catching hate suspects in the act. And it seems to be working. The NYPD says Rodriguez is the
That is so sad, man. They gotta use undercover. That's sad, man.
What I don't get is the the Suns always say, "Oh, the gliders did us wrong." The da 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 da. So there's the reason behind the hatred. What did the Tigers ever do?
They own businesses in our community and shit, and they like
Yeah, that is,
they
they
be
do
rude. They
that.
be rude. I will say this, man. They are horrible. I think they neck and neck with sisters when it comes to customer service.
Man, I don't know about that one, Chief. The
You're
sisters
not a
are pretty
sun man.
bad.
You're not a sun man though, so it's like I don't know. They might treat you a little different. I don't
Nah,
know.
not at all, Chief. They pretty bad. Yo, but the worst part for me for all that like Asian hate we just saw them attacks for me was just watching the some politicians in California talk about how like Asians were like tit for tat with them. Tit for tat with y'all. They kept getting attacked by some people. What you mean? How can they fake their face to make it seem like the Tigers were like these? You know what I'm saying? Like on level with them as far as like
Nah, Tigers
aggression.
ain't running up on those sons, man. You rarely see that.
My show had value, and that I'm sorry that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I say this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues. And yes,
So
whether it's talking
rewrite
about
history.
Gaza, and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I
There's your
come
real
down on
problem.
that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too, and those are the
What the
things that
fuck are
I
you
was
talking
taught were
about?
of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show. My show had value.
You ain't gonna cross the crew and just walk away down the street like nothing happened.
So you think that her auntie?
Oh yeah, that's where the line is drawn. They have kicked off many of these pundits as soon as they crossed that line. They kicked off three. They kicked off 3 Arab people immediately after the October 7th thing because they tried to advocate for some sort of pro-Arab stance on this same network.
This girl right here, she said something about Arabs and she got whacked. This Brianna Greyjoy girl, she was on the Rising.
The Hill.
The Hill,
the Hill is the Hill is run by a powerful juice man.
I mean, she was literally she was like a smug version of Joy Reid, but in like a dry version. But she said some of the most racist shit ever. And the second she said some shit about the Juice Crew, it was like, Brianna is going to stepping away from the program. It was like the next day. It was crazy.
Thank you. Me too. And I really hope that you specifically will believe women when they say that they got hurt.
All right. Thanks for joining. Stick around.
She didn't even say nothing. This Israeli woman, this Israeli woman was on here, and she rolled her eyes. This what got her fired. Watch the Israeli woman talking about how she got kidnapped. Watch this black chick roll her eyes. This was the last. I think this was her last show. Watch this.
Thank you. Me too. And I really hope that you specifically will believe women when they say that they got hurt.
All right. Thanks for joining.
That got her fired. That got her fired.
Mm-hmm.
She was
also
gone after that.
Total rejection of the talking point of just believe all women. And it's a far leftist thing, so you can't break that rule.
It wasn't even believe all women. This was about, she was spouting off about how like she didn't believe like October 7th was that bad, and then this woman got on there and was like, it was like, yo, it really was that bad, and she started telling the story, and that's when this girl like rolled her eyes, and when she rolled her eyes, the internet got on it, and she was gone.
Well, I think the juice chick just framed it well enough.
It doesn't matter how it's framed. You either bend the knee or you go. It's that simple.
Didn't Whoopi Goldberg say shit like that a lot?
Like what?
I thought there's been a number of times where she said like very controversial
she got in trouble. She got in trouble for saying something about Hitler.
I'll tell you what she said. Whoopi got in trouble because she said that World War II and the Holocaust and all that was just a fight amongst white people, and she didn't differentiate Jews as an ethnic separate group from white people, because that's how they view them.
Yeah, that was a hell of a take.
That they are the ones that suffered the most because of the Holocaust, and that's why she got in trouble.
Yeah, and they almost got her up out of there.
That's what I found most Sun people think, is they think Juice Crew and Gliders are just one and the same.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I still think that. I mean, I think that y'all are just, like, y'all are phenotypically the same. I mean, there may be
true.
Like, think about it, right? Like this: a goddamn Nigerian and a goddamn Sudanese. You can look at them and tell they're different, but they both black.
Yeah, and in America, that's how we look at it. We don't say you're Polish, you're German, you're just white.
Yeah. They white. Shout out to Austin Dovercourt III, man. He said, salute Ak. Apparently 65% of educated paper on the wall. Son sisters work for the government. This is all they do. Damn, he said 60 educated
fucking
paper.
Outrageous.
That is true, though. Like the largest uplifting employer of sons, putting sons in the middle class in the past, 40 years or whatever, has been the government.
Wow. That is crazy. Jeez. Let me go back here. We gotta see what's going on in the Congo, man. Let's see what's going on in the Congo right quick.
I was going to mention that.
This war. We the only one that's covering it. No niggas, y'all be on YouTube. Niggas don't care about this shit. They don't give a damn about the Congo, but not one bit. They can't even pretend like they care about it.
They're not buying electric cars either.
Jesus Christ. Let's see. Okay, let's see this guy.
Now, in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, M23 rebels backed by Rwanda have been consolidating their control in the towns they've captured during their lightning offensive. The rebels say that more than 2,000 Congolese police officers and many former soldiers have...
Look at that motherfucker. Think about
That's a cold stare.
But think about what he's done in his career. Like, this is a rebel soldier. I've told you the stories of the things they do. Just think about what he's got on under his jacket, because there's no like Geneva Convention and the Treaty of Versailles. None of that shit applies to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Surrendered and joined their movement. It's impossible, of course, to independently verify that claim given the incredibly tense situation on the ground. But police officers have been seen enlisting and being sent to training camps by the M23. Well, let's have this update from Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo from Catherine Norris-Trent.
The situation in the east of the Democratic Republic of the Congo remains extremely volatile. So rebels, the M23 rebels, backed by Rwandan forces, have taken the two provincial capitals of Goma in North Kivu and Bukavu now in South Kivu. And the offensive doesn't seem to be over yet. Although this Saturday appears to have been a little calmer militarily, in recent days, the M23 have been pushing forward with their offensive on two fronts. So going north from Goma towards the territory of the town of Lubero, and then pushing south towards the town of Uvira. And in recent days, there have been these scenes of panic with people fleeing, with looting, with reports of Congolese soldiers fleeing in boats across Lake Kivu before the rebel forces and the Rwanda.
Think about this. Think about if you're these people and you see your soldiers getting in boats and flee. And they just leave. Your soldiers just leaving. There's an invading force coming in. Your soldiers are just leaving. That's why I said these cowardice, whatever it is, whether it's atrocities, cowardice, these African soldiers don't have the same standard. They're not held to the same standard as, other soldiers.
They're not getting paid.
I'm sure they're going to get killed, deleted by the country if they get caught, right?
Nah, hell nah. They ain't gonna be brought. It ain't nothing. Listen, you saw the interview I did with the dude from Sierra Leone, my neighbor, who was over there during the war. He said after they the people that was chopping people's arms off and shit, because they would walk up to you and say short sleeve or long sleeve, and if you say long sleeve, they cut your hand off. You say short sleeve, they cut your arm off at the elbow. That's how sick they was. They just running up on people. Short sleeve, long sleeve. You gotta short sleeve. Bam! Just chop your shit off.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that was crazy. But those people, after the war was over, they just went back to living in this town. They didn't go anywhere. They came back to their same towns after the war was over. And they just lived amongst the people. I was like, how does that happen? It's like it just is. He couldn't really explain it, but he just said that's just how it is.
Remember that the only reason they cut arms off and hands off is because the gliders taught them how to do that.
That's true.
And forces can get there. So absolute scenes of chaos. And then today we've had pictures coming out of Bukavu, so the provincial capital of South Kivu, which was taken by the M23. And today we've seen pictures that the M23 has been keen to put out showing, they say, former police officers, some former soldiers, and some civilians signing up to join them. Now, I think we need to be really careful when we're looking at these images, Jean-Emile, because this is very recent and this is a very complex crisis indeed. It's also a communication and an information war. So you've got a spokesman for the M23 saying that these people have come forward voluntarily. He's talking about several hundred, perhaps even up to 2,000 people. We have no way of independently verifying those figures at the moment. But we do know that in 2024, the UN put out two reports in which they spoke about accounts of the M23 consolidating its forces through recruitment, forced or voluntary. So we need to take this information and try and see some of the context behind it as well. But yeah, the situation in the east there clearly must be very worrying indeed for the Congolese forces.
Yeah, man, it's very worrying, man. Your soldiers is running, getting the fuck on boats and fleeing and just leaving you. Fucking horrifying, man.
I wonder if they left them any weapons.
Jeez.
Thanks very much for staying with us. Time now for Eye on Africa with me, Georgia Calvin-Smith. Tonight, a parallel paramilitary-run government for Sudan wrapped up the stakes in the country's brutal civil war. The RSF's gambit is likely to further...
There's a civil war in the Sudan. CNN ain't... Like, y'all, you would think the only war have ever happened was Ukraine and fucking Gaza. If you watch CNN or MSNBC, the station that allegedly love black people so much.
The impetus for this was a genocide that happened in the 90s, and that was almost equivalent to the Holocaust in the number of people killed. And a lot of people don't even know about it.
It was a slaughter. Bunch of dudes on trucks with machine guns just killing fucking tribes people.
This conflict today is just a continuation of that. A lot of the Tutsi people from the Congo left and went into Rwanda and took over the government there. And now Rwanda's attacking the Congo, basically, because they have an opportunity.
Claim its rivalry with the army. Also, Kinshasa estimates more than 7,000 people have been killed in eastern DR Congo in M23 rebels' recent offensive. The Rwanda-backed militia claimed to be conscripting Congolese soldiers who surrendered to their onslaught. And Eritrean star Henok Mulubaran wins the first stage of the Tour of Rwanda as the continent's hardcore cycling community lock in on the road race competition ahead of the World Championships, which are due to be held in Africa for the first time later this year. But first, the UN has warned that Sudan's war has turned a dangerous corner. The RSF paramilitary have created a parallel government after signing an agreement in Kenya with aligned political and civilian groups. But the move adds to the complexity to the battle for power with the army. Since fighting broke out in April 2023, tens of thousands of people have been killed, and the fallout's created the world's biggest humanitarian crisis. Olivia Bizo gets us up to speed.
After hours of waiting, we finally got the news at around 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. A charter had been signed. The document was signed by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces and 23 other groups behind closed doors. And the objective of the charter is to establish a parallel government in areas under paramilitary Rapid Support Force control. Now, the process of getting this document signed was a real rollercoaster. The event was supposed to happen at the beginning of last week. It was then cancelled. We were told it would then be signed on Friday, and it was once again postponed until Saturday at 3 p.m. But when we got to the KICC building where the event was supposed to be taking place on Saturday afternoon, we were once again told it was cancelled without any further explanation. Now, the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces' presence here in Nairobi has been hugely criticised ever since they arrived at the beginning of last week, especially by Kenyan politicians who've condemned Ruto for not only hosting them here in Nairobi, but also at the KICC, which is one of the city's most iconic buildings, when this group has been accused of crimes against humanity and of committing a genocide. The Sudanese army has also been very vocal in its criticism towards President William Ruto, but the president and his Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary have defended Kenya's role. They've said that the country has been providing a platform to end the civil war, which began in April of 2023.
Olivia Bizo there for us. Now, Kenyan police say that an officer deployed to Haiti as part of an anti-gang security mission there has been killed on duty. A deployment of around 700 troops that Nairobi sent for the UN-backed mission to the Caribbean nation has seen the victim be one of the first from the Kenyan contingent. And he was reportedly fatally...
So Kenya sending police to Haiti. Don't they got their own problem? Yeah,
I mean,
great.
This is 4D chess, Ak. You just don't understand everything.
Well, you
involved.
could argue that they get training, like they don't have an active conflict themselves, so they can send their little soldiers over there, get some experience.
Shot by Haitian gangsters during an operation in the rural Artibonite.
Diaspora is fucked up, Jack. Like, I mean, there's a war in Ethiopia too. Did you know that?
Yeah. What is not fucked up?
No.
In the Sun community, the Sun community is just a rolling tornado of violence, no matter what landmass they land on.
Must be a civil war, right, Uck?
They trying. I don't know what kind of war, but they trying to say it's crazy over there, man. Let's see.
Now, tonight, tensions remain high at Todonyang in Turkana North on the border of Kenya and Ethiopia, following the indiscriminate killing of Kenyan fishermen by heavily armed militia from the neighboring Ethiopia. The government is yet to give the official number of casualties in the Saturday evening attack, citing cross-border challenges in verifying the number of fatalities and survivors. Ruth Sarmoy Chesenge has more.
The killings, which took place at Lope Mukat along the Kenyan-Ethiopia border, are suspected to be a retaliatory attack after Ethiopian fishermen were killed. The incident took place on Saturday evening, with reports indicating that heavily armed Ethiopian Dasanach militia ambushed the fishermen on Lake Turkana, opening fire indiscriminately. Several fishermen lost their lives while others were injured, though the exact number remains unknown.
There's some of our...
Yeah, and they don't even know how to count the bodies. Like, white man to tell you, 74 people were killed, and there were and 32 were wounded, and you know what I'm saying, 14 were captured. Niggas, man, I don't know. I don't know how many people.
They're not sending letters out to the deceased's family?
No, man. No, they don't know. A lot of people got killed, man. That's all they know.
Citizens who are yet to be accounted for, and it is a challenge which is cross-border. Tunafanya kazi pamoja na serikali ya Ethiopia. Saa hizi mikutano inaendelea ya kuweza kushawishiana vile ya kusaidiana na nchi jirani kwa sababu ya border issues.
Wonderful function. The government has cited cross-border challenges in accounting for the affected Kenyans, but say security teams are on ground handling the situation.
And it's not the first time it's happening. Now, it happened on Lake Turkana, but on the border, on the side of the Ethiopian territory. And what that means...
This ain't even a war. This just Ethiopian fishermen beefing with Kenyan fishermen. This ain't even a war I was talking about. This just some other shit. They're fishermen just whacking each other in mass and shit. Salute
Border dispute.
Yeah, salute to Astor. Nah, it ain't even that. It's just a beef. You kill someone.
Well, that's... As a glider, you know, I have to categorize it. So I'll put it in that category.
Salute to Astor J, man. He says, wondering if Joy Reid tears taste like chocolate. Damn. Can you imagine if a white person said that? It would be they would fire everybody on the set because if you didn't fucking admonish her instantly, you getting fired too. Shout out to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. But nah, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be. This is let me see. Is this the war?
Welcome back. A sense of calm and normalcy has begun to return in several parts of Marsabit and the Isiolo counties after the Kenyan security forces flushed members of the Oromo Liberation Army who are reigning supreme in the area. The areas that were previously inaccessible to ordinary citizens due to the Oromo Liberation Army are now free for use by locals, even as Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja says that never again shall the Oromo Liberation Army rebels return to terrorize Kenyans within our own borders. NTV's senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja visited what were previously OLA strongholds in Moyale, Sololo and Merti and prepared this report.
weeks ago, what an awful noise.
Plains of Koba village in Sololo sub-county of Marsabit County, this celebration marked a turning point. Not for the Oromo Liberation Army, but for the resolve of Kenya's security forces. The Amaji Festival, a sacred Oromo tradition, had never before been staged on Kenyan soil, or at least not in this magnitude, even filmed with OLA flags and men wielding illegal guns fearlessly and openly. The reckless abandon and carefree attitude while involved in criminalities was not just at their Amaji celebrations on this particular day, but it was their way of life, as evidenced by still photographs discreetly captured in their various hideouts and makeshift camps cutting across Moyale, Sololo, Merti, and other areas within Marsabit and Isiolo counties.
The Oromo, that's an Ethiopian tribe. That shit is crazy, man. The African
tonight
beefing, man. God damn, man.
Imagine if they had nukes.
Oh, they would have been using.
Yeah.
Ain't no way they could. Ain't no way no Africans could just have that shit and just sit on it. Ain't no fucking way. Gratification deferment. We would have been. When did nukes first start? The 40s. When the first nuke happened, we would have did
first
it.
One's dropped in 44.
We did it then. Yep. It would have been cracking. Ain't no goddamn black country. I bet you there's a secret pact between all the countries to not let niggas get nukes.
Yeah, it has to be, right. South Africa is the only one that has them, but they have a white population. So.
That was when.
No, they had them. They don't have them anymore.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
The white population disbanded the program before they signed over the government to the blacks.
Yeah, they knew. They knew, man. You can't have it. You just can't, man. It just is what it is, man. It ain't even like it's not even controversial, man. We know we can't have them, man. We know that.
They're not even asking.
Now the unemployment rate in South Africa is well over 50%.
Wow. Look at this.
And it'll get worse, but they will never, ever admit the truth.
Somalia is also fighting with Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is fighting with Kenya. Ethiopia's fighting with Kenya. Sudan's having a civil war. Ethiopia is fighting with Somalia.
And don't forget, just jihadists running around all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Yikes. Let's see what's going on in Haiti, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. See what's going on in Haiti, man. Jesus Christ. The black diaspora, man. That shit ain't no joke, man. They talk about Ukraine. I bet you more niggas got killed this month in them African wars than all the fucking Ukraine and Gaza put together. I bet. I'm willing to bet, man.
Well, we'll never know because they certainly don't keep track of these things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not a record keeping in sight. Big ghetto, danger.
You find out these motherfuckers are rapping now. Man.
Everyone knows Caporal Tilapli.
When they see me on screen, they'll recognize me. I have so many soldiers. I don't know them all.
Renel Destinar is one of Haiti's most powerful gang leaders. He goes by the alias Caporal Tila Pli and is so powerful the UN has placed sanctions on him and he's wanted by the FBI. He's accused of overseeing kidnapping, armed robbery, rape and hijacking. Carrefour, to the southwest of Haiti's capital Port-au-Prince, is Tila Pli's stronghold.
We're in charge here. The government does nothing for the people. And to top it off, they're asking locals to help catch the criminals. But we criminals are stepping in for the state, not making trouble. When we fight, we tell people to stay at home. When we tell them they can go out, they go out. Even when we're fighting, we take care of the people. Look at the police station. And they claim they run this country.
We're leaving. They burned our house down. We're out on the street with nothing to eat. I'm going to have to beg.
They killed my husband, beat him to death. I wish they'd killed me instead.
The criminals know that they can do whatever they want because they'll never be tried and convicted.
The gangs now have weapons that the federal police don't.
The armed gangs are so powerful because they've been helped and encouraged by powerful interests.
For years, Haiti's gangs fought amongst themselves. But they joined forces on February the 29th, 2024, and brought the state to its knees. Prime Minister Ariel Henry was forced to resign. The powerful alliance of gangs that now controls more than 80% of the capital is called Vivre Ensemble. It means live together in Creole. The economy is in ruins. The humanitarian situation dire.
Jesus Christ, man.
When was this released? How recent is this?
That's 2 days ago.
Okay.
Shut Up, I Can Cook says, Black women are embarrassing. 93% of them vote Democrat. Shaking my head. Salute to you, Shut Up, I Can Cook. Gary Thomas says, hey, Ock Nation, long time no see. As an American son, man, I thank Providence I wasn't born in Africa. Truly God's blind spot. God, dog. God's blind spot. That's a dude.
Did you ever read Heart of Darkness, Ock?
Port-au-Prince is a city under siege.
I heard of it. I listen. All it is Negroes from Negro land, man. Like, for real, man. That's the book you need to read. Negroes from Negro land.
Well, I've heard some excerpts that you've read.
Yeah. That's Heart of Darkness is and Livingston and Stanley. You need to read their memoirs. Is that their memoirs, Livingston and Stanley? I think if that's it, I read it. Livingston and Stanley and Livingston.
Suffocated by gang violence. Even parts still nominally under government control are dangerous. Its central plaza, the Champ de Mars, was once bustling. Now street vendors spend their days nervously hoping for customers.
I can't sell anything because of the fighting. People used to stroll around the Champ de Mars. Now they're afraid of being murdered. The gangs control the country now.
We're right in the center of town. This used to be a very lively area, culturally speaking. Honestly, it's a little sad to see this neighborhood reduced to this today.
Piles of waste line the streets, uncollected for months. And for those who still have a job, the commute is risky.
It's just a 3-minute drive. Close enough, but in a very tough neighborhood with gunshots every day. But it's my job, I have to do it.
Alan B. Augustin is the executive director of the Port-au-Prince Art Centre, Le Centre d'Art, which supports the city's vibrant, internationally renowned cultural scene.
You can't be an artist living in Haiti and Port-au-Prince today and not talk about violence. They need to express something, say something, shout it out loud.
The Art Centre is a treasure trove of some 6,000.
Huh?
This is some straight USAID bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
We gave these motherfuckers $100 million and they got a shack with some fucking finger paintings.
Yeah, this is definitely sounds like a USAID. But if you think about
it's just a front for a drug operation or something.
This is like a ray of sunshine in like a dark jungle, man. I listen, man. If you can fucking bring happiness to this place, man.
Nah, not on my dollar. No. Motherfucker, no, motherfucker.
That's
no.
not a European's problem to fix.
That is not my job.
Oh my God. No heart for the fucking Haitians, man.
And Haitian paintings and sculptures.
I'm sure they'd be great.
Some dating back nearly a century.
In terms of conservation, it's good. It's great even. This is one of Selleur's sculptures, one of his best.
An invaluable archive, locked in shipping containers.
We have security guards on duty 24 hours a day. The works are safe for now, but you never know what's going to happen. Shots are being fired right now in the Champ de Mars in the Bel Air neighborhood. You can hear it very well from here. We're in a zone that's basically encircled by gangs.
Most schools and offices in the city centre have been abandoned. But Alan B. Augustin is determined to keep the art centre open 2 days a week.
There's nothing else to do but resist in this country. That's why we're keeping the Centre d'Art open, to continue our mission of promoting Haitian art.
Damn, this shit's all shot up.
In the lower part of the city centre, the Haitian Police Department's anti-gang unit is on the warpath.
It's a great gun.
The residents have fled. Gangs use these homes to hide.
I just wanted to point out how, they're a gang. A gang is causing this, which is organized crime, right? Normally, in a glider country, the organized crime would just extort and extract money from businesses. But they're so short-sighted, I guess, in this country that they just loot. This is what you're left with.
I mean, listen, the gliders civilization is stronger, so the gangs can't take over like this. You know what I mean? The mafia could never take over the country or this is a weak government. This is a sun government. Yeah, man. So they had a lower bar, man.
The police are forced to play a deadly game of tag in the alleyways and streets of this urban front.
That fucking city, man. God damn.
And America dumped billions of dollars into Haiti, and it didn't go to nothing.
You can't
probably went to those guns they got.
You can't help these people.
No, there's no point in doing anything with these people.
Yeah, you can. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can help individuals here. You can't help them as a collective. That's what I mean. As a collective, you can't help.
And the looters who follow in their wake.
The gangs arrive, spread terror, and the people flee. Then looters come and pillage the houses.
What's happening? Okay, carry on.
I've spotted one. Don't turn around. Go forward. I've got him in my sights.
I can see his head.
Where?
There, behind the post. You hit the red thing. Come on, I'm getting closer.
This is accomplishing absolutely nothing.
This is all performative.
Yes, bullseye.
Bullseye.
One officer says everyone
Make it
here is
believable.
considered a suspect.
In the key areas occupied by the gangs, it's very unlikely, almost impossible, for there to be any civilians left. They've almost all fled. We don't need to see if someone is armed or not. We just strike.
Respect.
I wish I'd been born anywhere but Haiti.
Most of the people who lived here fled long ago, but a handful of residents remained, refusing to abandon their homes to gangs and looters. Sanson is one of the holdouts.
Look at my country. Look at the capital city of my country, Haiti. What is this? We have a great history.
Really?
They were concerned about the armored police vehicle at the end of the street.
They've been shooting for a while.
Firing bullets down the street.
They whistle right past our heads. Some bullets hit this tree, but they're not shooting at us personally.
I'm just trying to earn a living.
This man hoped to pass through this neighborhood to sell some bread. But then he was trapped.
When they're shooting, you never know where stray bullets might land.
Hey, the motorcycle is leaking gas.
So are they saying that cops are shooting at them right now?
It's torture, right?
Every day.
Yeah, the cops are shooting. I don't know if they're shooting at them. They may be shooting at the rebels, but the cops.
But I think the cops don't fucking know who the rebels are. They're just shooting down the street at dudes just standing in the street.
Right.
These guys have no fucking idea what they're doing.
Yeah, this is a rough place, Jack. This is a rough place.
No, these are
every day. It's like this.
Ain't no place got nothing to do with it. It's the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said we have a great history, and I don't know what he meant specifically by that, but I'm sure the history during colonial times was great.
I mean, it was triumphant, but even it wasn't great. Like they, from the moment they fought the French, they've been in poverty. They were in poverty before that. They were in poverty during that, and they're in poverty ever since then.
No, I mean when the French ruled them, that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the history. That was great.
They were shooting at us. That's why I didn't want to be there. Okay, I'm going.
He handled that extremely well.
My name is Celer Jean Herard. I'm a visual artist, sculptor, and painter. But all my art is trapped downtown.
For decades, he lived and worked down in the city center. But now Celer can only look on as his neighborhood burns. Forced to flee the fighting with his family, he could only salvage a few of his more than 400 pieces of art.
My whole life is stuck downtown. 47 years of work. I started at age 11 as a sandblaster's assistant. And then I became an artist. It's hard for me. Very, very hard.
The artists we work with at the Art Center, whether they're painters or sculptors or work with recovered materials, come from poor downtown neighborhoods. These artists are well known. Their works are in museum collections worldwide. Now they're in great danger. These artists deserve protection from the current situation.
This sculpture represents Haiti. It's like a bird that flies all over, because Haiti is the mother of freedom. We were the world's first independent Black people, calling for racial equality everywhere.
Celer grew up in a ghetto in Port-au-Prince, but went on to exhibit internationally in New York, London, Venice, and Paris.
It's so hot in here.
He and 12 family members sought shelter in 3 rented rooms.
It's tough. We don't have much space. We sleep all crammed together. But you have to get used to it and adapt. That's life.
The family doesn't feel...
If they don't have the cat on the leash, somebody will eat it, right?
Or they'll eat it. Throw it on one of them.
Grow a little bit more.
Throw it on one of them dinner rolls homie was pushing around.
I've never had cat myself. I wonder.
Not knowing.
Just pussy, not cat.
I mean, I'm sure it can't be that bad, right? Let's be honest. Like, not to be like, not jokes aside. You would eat a cat if you had to, and I'm sure it tastes like
all crammed together.
Oh yeah.
But you have to get used to it and adapt. That's life.
The family doesn't feel safe either. The fighting reached nearby neighborhoods. A stray bullet landed right on their terrace.
The children are very scared and stressed too. They're shocked when they hear gunfire. They're stressed and cry all the time.
The gangs sow terror. They create havoc for people. That's all they do. I can't see a future for my daughter in Port-au-Prince. All of Port-au-Prince is rotten, infested with gangs. We can't live in peace.
The UN says nearly 3 million people now live in zones controlled by the gangs, like Kafafui.
We don't kill innocent people. If somebody's innocent, we protect them. But we shoot anyone who attacks us. Anyone attacking has a choice: run or we'll kill you.
They're noble warriors.
Haiti is one of the world's poorest countries, and the gangs are looking for recruits. Their foot soldiers are often very young, even children who've been living on the streets.
There are no jobs for young people in this country, so they come to me for help. I give them weapons, and they work for Tilapli.
Pass me the joint.
VS is the gang leader in this zone.
I was born in the ghetto. I became a fighter to earn a living. Now I've got a car, a motorcycle, a house to sleep in, stylish clothes. I'm good. I've got everything I need.
That's stylish?
Wow. He's gonna get shot tomorrow.
In the summer of 2023, Tilapli's gangs and their allies seized Kafafui, driving out the Haitian police and sparking an exodus of more than 20,000 people.
How can I put it? In our zone, we don't bother anybody. We don't bother anyone.
What am I going to do? I've got no money. The gangs burned everything I had. They destroyed it all. They burned my house down and everything I owned was inside. I couldn't save anything.
Every day, these human rights advocates document the horrors of Haiti's brutal gang war, tracking the systematic and unpunished crimes of the gangs. Extremely dangerous work.
We sort of live in fear because we know what it means to be an activist in Haiti. The pair from Carrefour, come this way, please. But you must make a choice. People need to denounce what's happening in Haiti.
Rosie has worked for Haiti's Human Rights Defense Network for 22 years. She introduced us to victims of the attack on Kafafui. They were too afraid to testify on camera.
We're filming you from behind, so only my face will be visible, okay? Can you tell us what happened?
On August 13th, 2023, gang members broke into my house during the night. I was with my mother and my 3 children. Some gangsters were shooting outside, some came in and pointed their guns at me. I have a 13-year-old child, and while they blindfolded me, he was shouting, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." There were 6 of them. They forced me onto the floor and raped me.
They were quite young, right?
Yes, very young.
Do you think any were children?
Yes. One of them looked like my oldest son.
Man, jeez,
That fits. Like, if hey, you want to join our gang? Well, you gotta go do this foul shit to your own family.
Yo, I think Cool Cat is in the bag trying to come out.
salute to Malik Kweli, man. He says, I thought that was Memphis for a second.
Damn.
It would be if Glider Money wasn't around.
That's true. Shout out to Mr. Terrible, man. Mr. Terrible. He says, hey, you ever cover the documentary Africa Adidio on the stream? No. I gotta check that out.
But you know what?
Africa Adidio.
But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I can't criticize Haiti too much. You know, my family derives from a country that's pretty war torn right now as we speak, right? But I will say this though: these are the same people that are claiming outlandish shit like they built America. Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's a movie. Okay. It's a movie. Africa Adidio is a movie. All right, let me check that out sometime. But yeah, this is Jesus Christ. I mean, just the savagery. Think about from Haiti to Sudan to Rwanda to Congo to Ethiopia.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. But I think it's a very true representation of humans. Especially those humans, some people, I don't see anything necessarily wrong with it. It just, again, like I said earlier, it's manifesting itself as it is to be manifested, right? I don't see anything wrong with what's going on in Haiti. I just see it as is. Nothing wrong with it. Am I wrong?
You don't see nothing wrong with it.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
You don't see nothing wrong with these fucking maniacs raping women and eating cats and dogs and
No, but what's wrong with them eating the cats and dogs? Like we said earlier, they have meat, right? It's nutrient. What
they
I'm
barely
saying
got
is, what I'm saying, Cool Cat, is that's human nature, dude. All this, cruelty and inhumanity and wickedness. I feel like it's just true to human nature, dude. If the gliders were able to build castles, right, and walls to protect themselves from hostilities, again, that is what it is too. You get what I'm saying, Ike? Do you feel me or no?
okay, wicked, but there's a difference between civilized society and that. That's why we're civilized. We don't act like that. We don't go fucking raping
But
a bunch of women and
are they to be civilized, Cool Cat? Are they to be civilized as you understand it?
what do you mean?
Just because you've grown up around the customs in America, right? And our expectations and our rules of the road when you drive, right? You go to driver's ed, you learn how to drive. Just because that's how you understand the world, that doesn't mean that's the way the world works.
Okay, but true.
One is obviously better though.
Oh, I'm not arguing that though, Fish. What I'm saying is, I don't see nothing wrong with what's going on over there. I think
The only problem I have is they're gonna bring that shit over here.
Exactly, that's the problem.
It's on our doorstep.
Exactly, that's what I hate the most about it. Is that they'll bring that fucking maniac chimp shit over here. I mean, they already did. They already did to Ohio. If you've seen what's going on in Ohio, they're over here fucking eating geese and fucking gang raping women in the UK and Sweden and all that. And knife crime is through the roof.
I wonder how geese taste. Like chicken, maybe.
Let's see
no,
how
it's red meat.
Oh wow, geese is red meat like turkey.
No,
turkey's in red meat.
Wait, isn't cow red meat?
Yes.
Turkey's foul.
So
Yeah,
you
it
can make
doesn't taste the
jerky?
same at all.
Can you make jerky out
Geese,
of geese?
geese and ducks taste some like they're their own thing. They don't taste like steak,
Probably
and they
tastes
don't
like
taste
Is
like
it
chicken.
good?
chicken.
Is geese good?
It doesn't taste anything like chicken.
No.
No,
I know their poop is like human poop.
they're very
Geese
hard to
poop.
cook. It's very hard to cook, but when you get it right, it's very good. But you got to leave
Oh
the
wow.
skin on when you cook it. I got a
Oh
bunch of them
wow.
in my freezer right
Oh
now.
man,
violent crimes,
really?
and both
Oh
the victims
wow.
and perpetrators can
I
often
never
So
be.
you
had
a
it.
hunter too. You're not just a fisherman.
Yeah, you a hunter
Yeah,
for real.
Oh, you
I
hunt
kill,
too?
Oh.
I,
Fish?
I kill them.
Mm.
Yeah, those motherfucking geese. I can tell you one thing. When they shit, like when a whole bunch of them come and shit on your property, man, you might as well just burn that shit to the ground, man.
Yeah.
They,
There's some golf courses. Some golf courses, if you get good with the owners, like it's very limited who gets to do this, but you can actually shoot geese with a shotgun on a golf course
oh wow.
No way.
just to
Really?
get rid of them because they're a nuisance. But duck is better than goose to
Yeah,
me.
I've heard duck. I've heard
I've
duck.
heard of that.
Is-
Yeah, I've heard of
Oh, you
that
know
too,
what?
actually.
I think
But
I
it
did
depends
have.
on which duck it is.
If
They
you
did
kill
have.
enough of them, it'd probably save the golf course a lot of money
Very fatty.
dealing with all that
Yeah.
shit.
Fatty. Because they're on water, so they made for water, so they have a high fat
That makes
body
sense.
ratio. Yeah. I had some duck before. Duck was very good.
Place, many teens like to hang out after school, but now one McDonald's in Brooklyn is barring anyone under the age of 20 from entering their restaurant without an accompanying adult.
A sign went
20, not 18, 20.
Damn.
This is also a black area too.
Place, many teens like to hang out after school, but now one McDonald's in Brooklyn is
wow.
barring anyone under the age of 20 from entering their restaurant without an accompanying adult.
A sign went up on the door announcing the policy change last week. And as Fox Eye's Arthur Sheehan explains, it comes after several incidents at that location.
Most retailers look for ways to increase foot traffic, but the McDonald's at 2154 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn is doing the opposite. As the sign on the door shows, anyone under 20 needs an ID or a parent to get in. This sucks. While some dislike the new door policy being enforced by a trio of security guards and backed up by NYPD officers
Wow.
outside,
Just to get a
reasoning
fucking hamburger. You got fucking.
They don't want their money. Yeah, think about that. It's all about making money. They don't even want their fucking money.
It ain't worth it if your employee is going to get harmed and then you're going to sue the company, because you got to remember 95% of McDonald's are franchises. So these are people that are in business on their own. These are like entrepreneurs and shit. Only 5% of them are owned by McDonald's. McDonald's owns the building. McDonald's is one of the largest real estate
They're
companies.
landlords.
Yeah, they own the building, but that's it. 95% of them are franchises. These are people that are just working. These are people that are just trying to make a living, man. And
You got some guys in the bank.
You got fucking sun turds fucking playing laser tag in your fucking business
With
and shit.
guns. With guns.
Yeah. Shit is crazy, man. And this is what you got to do. Like you said, these people want they want all the business they can. They would love for everybody to walk in there, but for them to do this, that shows you how bad it is. For a franchise to do this,
And think about it.
For
I'm
real.
20 years old. That's fucking embarrassing.
Exactly, yo.
20 is an adult, man. They basically just saying, man, they're trying to keep you out. They're probably just trying to have gentrifiers, because you got some gentrifiers in Brooklyn.
Yo, I can't wait for like the NAACP or whoever to pull the race card on this.
It's
And
coming.
yet
That's
again,
coming.
yet a fucking again, how we've seen here time and time again, every group suffers because they just can't say outright.
For real.
Some people.
Yeah.
Little Asian kid, little Asian 19-year-old can't get a fucking burger and shit.
Yeah. Trying to get a burger after school. Now he can't go in because he don't got a fucking adult because his parents are fucking working like everybody else.
That's embarrassing, Joe.
Yo, that's pathetic, yo.
Can you imagine being like 19 and having a female and like, oh, I don't have an adult with me? Like, what you mean, bro?
Yo, that's embarrassing for real. You just got out of high school. You 18. Hey, shorty, let's go to McDonald's, get a burger. We'll chill. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't go. We don't have an adult. Like, what the fuck?
Well, not only that, but your girl is probably going to be sympathetic to the son cause.
Oh hell no, she gotta go if she gonna be on that
She's
shit.
not going to see this as for what it is. She'll be
If she
woken
comes out
apart.
with that, then she's
They
gotta
don't
go.
do this in white neighborhoods. She
They
gonna say, "I
don't.
bet you if you go to Soho or Tribeca, you don't. You can. You know they don't have this shit." And it's gonna be
I agree with the
Fellas,
McDonald's.
if
I agree with them. I mean, what else
I
can
mean,
you
they
what can
do
you
what they have
fucking
to
do?
do to
for real,
survive.
exactly.
They did just get
Fel-
rid of their DEI, right?
McDonald's. I don't know. I
think
don't know.
they
I know
did.
they getting rid of the
They've
DEI right
they've
here.
always been
Several
DEI.
incidents at that location.
There's D.
Retailers look for ways to increase foot traffic, but the McDonald's at 2154 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn is doing the opposite. As the sign on the door shows, anyone under 20 needs an ID or a parent to get in. This sucks. While some dislike the new door policy being enforced by a trio of security guards and backed up by NYPD officers outside, the reasoning is plain. McDonald's locations are all too often the scene of violent crimes, and both the victims and perpetrators can often be young. Those who patronize this location themselves have seen issues. What have you seen happening?
They jumped the security guard, the Grubhub guy, fights, jumps.
They be like blocking the doorway, blocking the ATM machine.
Some point out the children need a place to congregate and after-school options. And locals tell Fox 5 a new recreation center should be opening soon. But NYPD stats show without it, there have already been nearly 30 911 calls to this location in this young year, which is set to exceed the past 3 years, during which more than 100 911 calls were made for this location every year. And with that, the new door policy has its fans.
I would suggest they keep up with the IDing people. Honestly, I feel like that's the best. And it's just like what you have to do. Do what you have to do, honestly.
While this McDonald's is making waves because it's the first one we know of in the city that's doing this, some people out here say they would support other retailers if they decide to do the same.
I'll be supportive because they're a bother. They don't know how to behave.
A feeling that may make the door policy at this McDonald's food for thought for other retailers in the city. In Flatbush, Brooklyn.
When you see the sisters when the sisters are bitching about this, that shows you, man.
That's how you know it's fucked up out
For
there.
real. Yo, they jumped the security guard. They said they jumped the security guard. Hell no.
I've never been in a McDonald's with a goddamn security guard. That's
For real, me neither. Yo, me neither.
You remember the daycare that we saw here that had a security guard? Think about that shit.
Well, and they gas stations with like heavily armed dudes just roaming around with security. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that was so dope.
Black Knight, yeah. Wow.
And these guys are strapped. They got fucking M16s or whatever. They got rifles. They ready to go. At the gas station, the security guards like, what the fuck?
Telling you, man. I'm telling you, man.
Think about everything we just said, and all because of Sun, man.
Yeah, for real.
Think about that. How fucked up that is.
All because of Sunman fucking it up for everybody else, bro.
Well, sisters too. Sisters are hell on staff.
But
Yeah,
not
hell
like the
yeah.
brothers though. Not like the brothers though. Let's be fair to the sisters. The brothers are the ones that are killing people. You know what I mean? But if one of these like hoteps or liberals were to hear me say because of some man, they would take issue with that. More of an issue with what I said, than the actual, devastation caused by these motherfuckers. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, man, we a roving band of fucking just like we like ants and shit. It's fucking
like what is it called? Like the termites? Termites are very destructive.
It has been nearly 2 weeks since a gunman was seen on surveillance video walking up and killing a man in his car on a Norristown street. Well, tonight we have a picture of the suspect that police are looking for as the family continues to grieve their loss. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher live for us in Norristown with the family's plea and also details on a reward, Brianna.
Shout out to Kimberly Ashcraft, man. She says thought-provoking content that leaves a lasting impact. Very blessed we are in the United States of America. Best channel on YouTube. Ah, salute to you, Kimberly
That's a
Ashcraft.
very telling comment.
Salute, beautiful.
What do you mean?
Very blessed we are in the US. That is not an accurate statement.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
We are very blessed. She should say, I am very blessed to be around white men.
Man, we're blessed to be in the USA.
But I think
Why
your comment
why
is
does the
fair.
USA exist though? Why is it the way that it is?
Okay, white men founded the country,
Because
but
Slaves,
white
duh.
men made it that way.
Well, some men built this country, fish.
No, they
But
didn't. You
but
know that's
her
true. You know that's not true.
wait, but a bunch of people
well,
built this
you know I'm
country.
being sarcastic, fish, right?
But I'm just saying there's this common thing. Like I don't know if this is actually a white woman.
But
But
wait a
this whole
minute.
Okay.
like it's like some it's the landmass that did it. You know, Haiti is Haiti because it's Haiti. The
But her
USA is
comment
the USA because it's the USA. What the fuck
Well,
are you saying?
but
It's
her
the
comment is
people.
still fair though.
but
Her comment is
but
still fair
people,
though.
yeah, it's a fair comment because there's plenty of people who aren't white.
It's a mischaracterization of what
No,
the actual reality is.
but hold on. But there's plenty of people who aren't white who make the country great.
The
Like,
reason America is as stable as it is because of white people.
You
Glider
don't
government.
have to look any further than the
I agree with
Constitution.
that.
Who wrote the
I agree with
Constitution?
that. No, I agree with that.
okay,
With glider government, it is. Unfortunately, with Haiti, there's no glider government. That's why it is the way it is.
okay, but to maintain the country as great as it is, plenty of people have contributed to maintaining the country great, no matter what the color. For example, there's black
With
doctors,
the labor work.
Chinese doctors, there's Chinese nurses, there's fucking Hispanic. I'm a Hispanic fucking emergency tech. I mean, that ain't much,
Well,
but
I mean,
it
the
contributes to the
reason
country.
if you like, for one, there's so few Asians, it's really irrelevant. If you want to break down the large demographics, the only one that is a net positive on the tax revenue is white people.
What I'm saying is that
Latinos are a loss. Sons are a mega loss.
well,
There's
I
no
don't know.
way
I
Asians
mean,
are a loss.
You take that away, it's all fucked.
well, hold on, but I don't know because I don't see too many other people picking them fields. When Ox showed that video, that looked like some backbreaking work. I don't think too many
I
stunt
have done that work.
not too many
But
gliders
Kuka, those
are
are
setting up for
illegal
that.
immigrants.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're there for a reason because no one else wants to do that shit.
They're there because the government allows them because it gives cheap labor to the corporation.
Yeah, because no one else wants to do it though. I mean, who else really
That's
wants to do it?
irrelevant. They get the illegals to do it because it's the cheapest.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Yo,
still food on the plate.
I know this is anecdotal, but I know me. I get fucked on taxes every single year. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh no, me too. I mean, with
But
Medicare,
as a
Medicaid,
collective,
with
my point is this whole like and women usually do this more than men, but this whole it's the land. We're so blessed to live on this certain piece of land is fucking stupid. It's
I
not
mean,
the land, it's people.
everyone here gets what you're saying, fish.
Right,
But
but
I still
when
think
people
her
go
comment
around
is
and
fair,
people
though.
in the chat, people listening, it's not the motherfucking land, it's people.
I got you.
The land acknowledgement, the stupid gay
well,
shit
wait a
they do,
minute.
that's a
God
perfect
bless
example
America.
of what Fish is
Well, no,
talking
hold
about.
on. But what about then? What about Europe? I mean, the UK is doing terrible right now, and they're run
Because
by
of
a
the
glider
people.
government.
No, they're not. The people that
The
came into
prime
the
minister is
UK, when
glider.
people came into the UK, fucked it up. When it was
Demographics.
glider only, it was cool. Now it is not because the demographics changed.
Okay, but the gliders let them in.
Then they should
That's
not have
true.
done that.
Yeah, you can't deny that, man.
That was
I
a
mean,
massive mistake. And the demographics have to stay a certain way for the country to behave a certain way. And it has nothing to do with the land.
Mm.
Reporter Brianna Gallagher, live for us in Norristown with the family's plea and also details on a reward, Brianna.
Yes, Shari, and we spoke with family members tonight. They tell us that they've been praying the rosary every single night since Cesar Flores Diaz was shot and killed. Now they're hoping police find who did this.
Because it's a tradition to do a rosary in honor of the fallen person. And it's a way for us to say a farewell for him.
Family members continue to pray for Cesar Flores Diaz. They pray where he was shot and killed right outside of his home over a week ago. He leaves behind a wife, his 6-year-old son, and his brother.
Muy tranquilo, era mi hermano.
Javier says Cesar was a great brother to him and an incredible father to his son, that his goal was to have a better life for his family. Now his family is searching for answers.
If anybody has any recollection or any footage of any suspicious person near the site that they could possibly help with, even the smallest detail, clothes, the bag that he was wearing.
The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office released an image asking for the public's help, pointing out the unique blue backpack and the suspect's distinct walk.
It's a terrible thing that his life was taken at a young age and, for no reason, because he wasn't a troublesome person. He was a nice person, quiet, workful, and, any information would be really appreciated.
Well, the family is looking for closure regarding who did this. Police need help identifying that suspect. They're offering a $5,000 reward. We're live in Norristown tonight. Brianna Gallagher, Frax News at 10 on PHL 17. Gray.
Okay, Brianna, thank you.
Wicked is in the bag.
Well, the Englewood community is showing support today for a family at the center of a triple stabbing. A woman's dead and 2 of her kids seriously injured. Meantime, the man accused of attacking them is in jail, but not in Illinois just yet. WGN's Brona Tumulty is joining us now from Hamilton Park with the latest on this tonight. Brona?
Good evening. Marcus Bowsley is the ex-boyfriend of the woman killed in this attack. He is behind bars in Indiana at the moment, awaiting extradition to Illinois. But today, members of the community met here in Englewood, saying there is an onus on neighbors to look out for one another. And if you see something, say something.
It's a horrific day for our ward.
6th Ward Alderman William Hall is speaking about a young mother stabbed to death last week at her home in Greater Grand Crossing.
Women being killed, kidnapped, Black women is a big deal to me personally. But in Chicago, it has been an issue for years.
The family of 33-year-old Tiana Jones says she was attacked at 73rd and South Eberhart. Her 2 eldest sons, aged 11 and 8, stabbed multiple times alongside her and survived.
One of the young boys is recovering. We still have a long way to go for other, but the family is seeing positive signs. But we have to, again, make sure that the mental, the emotional trauma that this child is facing in the future is loved and cared for from his community.
Accused of wielding the weapon, Jones's 39-year-old ex-boyfriend, Marcus Bowsley, who allegedly then took both boys with him. The 11-year-old later found a couple of miles away, knocking on doors in the 200 block of West 66th Street.
It was very traumatic, what I experienced, to see an 11-year-old boy on my doorstep bleeding, felt like he was bleeding out. But God sustained him.
An Amber Alert soon sounded on mobile phones in the area for the younger child before he showed up on petrol station surveillance in Auburn Gresham, about 4 miles from where this tragedy began. Bowsley was then taken into custody Friday morning near Crown Point, Indiana, after a license plate reader snapped his Ford Escape, prompting a chase by state police and the Lake County Sheriff's Department before he was boxed in by their vehicles. He's facing a felony charge there of resisting arrest and said to be fighting extradition to Illinois to face further charges. Today, the alderman rallying men in his ward, saying it's their responsibility to set a good example going forward.
We need men to show up. We need the right men. We saw what an angry, evil man could do. And so we want to see good men with good hearts and good characters in our ward, as not only a shield, but as examples to other young boys so that they don't repeat what they saw and hear on the TV.
Now, today's meeting at noon, the first of 2 today. There's another one at 6 o'clock. These were regularly scheduled meetings here in the community, but the events of last week prompting the alderman to address what happened and to encourage people to come forward, especially if they know someone is a victim of domestic violence or abuse. We're live in Englewood. Brona Tumulty, WGN News.
Wow.
Wicked's in the back.
How did the leader?
It has been nearly.
Yo, I think about what that brother said. He said nothing. He didn't say shit.
No, there's
Because
nothing. There's nothing to say.
right.
Like
He don't.
what can you say? He's
But
on
he,
the ground. He knows
yeah,
it's
yeah.
hopeless.
But he's the kind of motherfucker that will justify the violent nature of these dudes, and we literally blame Gladys, really.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Savrix, man. Savrix says again, the situational gravity of the social cataclysm was seeded centuries ago, and the real bad guys are using angry blacks and self-guilty whites as revolutionaries to create a permanent consuming class.
Angry sons.
I don't think it's that deep, but I mean,
No,
the
it's not at all.
Savrix, these things
No,
gotta be.
Savrix knows the deal.
Yeah.
But they're not angry. They're existing. Savrix.
Yeah,
They're just doing what they do.
Yeah, that's natural for them.
I've watched some
The
of his
New
content
World
on his
Order.
channel, and he understands what's going on.
Yeah, they're just naturally angry. That's just naturally them.
Just got to point him in the right direction.
For real.
Wow. So yeah, man. Great show, man. I'm gonna try to do a daytime stream tomorrow, man. I'm gonna try. No promises, but I'm gonna try, man. Any final thoughts, man?
Yo, what time you be coming on at nighttime?
I don't know what time I'm coming on during the day. I just gotta. I could only stream when I'm free, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I can't. I try to set times, man. It don't work, man. It
Yeah,
don't
for
work. I'll
sure.
just tell you sometime during the day, man.
Be on the
No, but I mean
lookout.
at night though. At night, like
Oh
what's
yeah, I mean I be trying to do that too. Yeah, it just
Right.
sometimes it be midnight, man. Sometimes the stream don't start till midnight.
Right.
It
Same
is
black
what it
time.
is.
Same black
Yeah,
time. Support the
yeah,
channel.
man.
Okay. Hey, but just wanted to say, hey, support the channel, hit that like. You know, there's the best channel out here. We get in the news raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like, support, do what you can, and wake some people up, man. We got a son, man, telling you about Sunman. Where else you gonna get that?
Facts. Same black time, same black channel. Out of here.
Thanks,
Salute.
Huck.
Salute.
Good night, everyone.
Salute to